Last week, I attended a seminar which was organized by Multiple Sclerosis Society of India, and there was a doctor, Dr. Sham Mithia, I guess. Yeah, he spoke about depression and the ways that you can deal with it, and it was so good. I felt that whatever he said was absolutely 100% correct. So for whoever who could not attend the session, and for whoever people who are outside of India, I just wanted to share whatever he taught us or he spoke about, because everything made complete sense. So I thought, let me go ahead and share that piece of information to everyone around. So he talked about depression and anxiety and how to overcome it. Okay. And there was simple 7 steps process. The first thing he said to overcome depression was to have a good night's sleep. So, maintain the particular time. So maybe, it's like a 7 to 8 hours of sleep every day. That's important. So he said that, make it as a pattern. So it's not like, one day you're sleeping at 9 o'clock in the evening and the other day you're sleeping at 1 and maybe for 8 hours. No, that's not the way how you should be doing. So, you need to manage your body clock accordingly. So, resting your body every day at the same time definitely helps, and that's very true. I'm sure I have come across so many times when I don't get a good night's sleep, the next day is spoiled for me. That's the reason I make sure that I sleep at 10. So I do a 10 to 6 most of the time. Hardly I move like half an hour beyond that 10 p.m. time, but then I make sure that I sleep at that particular time. So this is one thing which is very very important. So getting a good night's sleep, that's one thing, right? The other thing that he spoke about was, after getting a good night's sleep, is when you are eating well. So food is nutrition, right? So whatever good food that you can, you should be taking it. Nutrition helps. You are what you eat. We've heard of that saying, right? And we've also heard that your plate has to be like a rainbow, full of colors. So maybe having those nutritious food, high of protein and everything, that helps. Because eating healthy definitely is a good habit to boost energy, right? That's the second thing. Third thing he said is exercise. In fact, I have spoken about exercise in so many of my videos, right? So exercise does not just mean hitting the gym. No, exercise could mean anything. Maybe going for a morning walk or evening walk, gymming, playing football, playing badminton, whatever. you know some form of exercise is definitely healthy, to release stress, to release those dopamine that we talk about. That happy syndrome will be released and you will feel good about it. So if you want to fight depression, the third important thing is exercising. And coming together with exercising is mindfulness, living mindfully. In fact, I have created an entire series of mindful living. I think I have about like 16 videos, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, only on how to live mindfully. So you can go ahead and watch those videos too. But the fourth important thing of fighting depression is mindful living, meditation, right? What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is living in the moment. And when you meditate, it all brings you back to living in the moment, right? We get anxious about, a future, but future, who knows, right? Nobody has seen future. Nobody knows what is in store for us tomorrow. What we have is today. We have to be able to utilize our present, be at the present. Whatever it is now. That is what I have been focusing on in so many of my videos. Practicing mindfulness definitely helps to fight depression, right? So that's the fourth thing. And the fifth thing is, and again, talking, or interacting with your friends and family. Like, you have heard this saying, right? No man is an island. We need to be a part of a society. You might not need a very large social circle, but a handful of people whom you could share, whom you could talk to, speak your heart out, definitely helps. Talking definitely helps, right? So you should definitely speak to people. Speak to people who understands you. Do not take yourself, do not be too hard on yourself. Do not think that, oh, people will not listen to me, or nobody understands me. No, at least try to make yourself, try to speak to people, try to make them understand what you're feeling. I'm sure you will find one or the other person who will understand you. That's the fifth point. And the sixth point is to inculcate a hobby. you know so a hobby is just very simple, right? It is something that you really love doing. I have spoken about it again in a lot of my videos, right? List down the things that you love doing. It will give you a purpose in your life. And everyone has something or the other interest, right? Like creating this video for all of you is one of my hobby. So before this, I was not creating these videos, but I was doing something else. So a hobby, having a hobby is very, very, very essential. Maybe you might have thought of learning that guitar for a very long time. Just go ahead and do that. Just go and join a guitar class. Maybe you want to learn painting, go ahead and learn painting. You want to write, you should write. You want to read, you should read. So that is the sixth thing to fight depression. Have a hobby. It's very, very essential. And lastly, the seventh point, very important, show some kindness. You know, you won't believe what magic it does when you help people who are in need. When you see, the satisfaction in their face is when you are satisfied too. So you have to be kind towards other people. Do something good. I've read in a lot of books also that when you do something good to somebody else, you are elevated. It elevates your mood. That's what happens. Try it out, and I'm sure you will not disagree with me. I really hope you do that. And yeah, that's the seven essential steps to fight depression. Very useful, and everyone should try it. I hope it helps you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.